G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sophisticated Bogan. We're going to be back on the ZX9 today in this video. Probably going to be a couple of days, but anyway. So we're going to get on to doing the brakes, get the carburetors back onto the bike, get things fitted up, get the hose put in, get the wiring finished off so that everything's all ready to go. And if there's anything else I can fit into this video, then we'll do that too. Alright, let's get cracking. Okay, so we have the rear brake caliper on the bench. Before we get into putting the caliper together, first what we'll be doing is getting these cleaned up. Obviously I'll do that off camera because I just want to get them cleaned up. And then once we come back inside, we'll get the new rubbers put in, get the brake pads fitted and put it all back together, and then we can fit it onto the bike. Alright, cool, let's get cracking. Alright, so that is the rear caliper done, all fitted up together, all looking nice, new bits in there. Alright, so that can now be fitted onto the bike. Alright, that's the rear brake on. So this bolt will be getting changed. I just put in there so stuff doesn't get into it, but otherwise, that's the rear brake done. Once I've got the rear brake line, then I can connect them up together and then we can finalise this off. We're getting there. Gradually getting there. Alright peeps, so we are on to getting the throttle cables all sort of plumbed up together. This is what slips over the handlebar. And that's the tube for the throttle. Alright, so we'll get this put together and then we'll get it put onto the bike. Alright, so I have gone ahead and done some stuff off camera. I just want to get sort of stuff done. So we've got the levers on, all that's all done, brake line, like the reservoir into the master, and then we'll put the brakes on after that. We've got clutch side, so I've got clutch cable to put on as well. Got the grip on, left hand switch blocks all done and fitting awesome, so that's great. Yeah, so we're getting to the point where we can actually get the carburetors on as well. So I've also done some tidying up with the wiring as well, so everything's all nice and neat. So it's all sort of almost, it's not, there's other stuff on here that isn't factory of course, but I mean like, yeah, I'm trying to make it as close to factory as possible of course. But with a little bit of differences here and there, so little touches of flair, I suppose you could call it. Alright, so we'll get the tube on, the throttle on, and feed the cables down. They go through down this side here, and then down onto the carburetors. Alright, let's crack on. Alrighty. Okay, so we have the throttle tubes on now with the throttle cables, everything's all in. So the next step is the carburetor. So yeah, we'll get that on next. But I might get the bike outside first before I do that, just so I've got room to move around. It's a bit tight in here. Alrighty. So I'll see you guys out there. Alrighty, so we're on to getting the carburetors on now, and then we'll move on to getting the pegs on, and also get the muffler back in place and actually finally put it into position so it's permanently in there. So what we're going to be doing is putting a little bit of silicone just into there, just to lube them up a little bit, make it a bit easier for the carbs to slip in, and then we'll tighten them up. Oh, obviously first we'll get all the cables attached, but then yeah, we'll place it in there, tighten all the clamps up, and plug in the hoses and stuff like that, and yeah, it'll be good to go. Alrighty, let's crack on. with much fiddling around and getting everything set and all that kind of stuff, finally got the carburetors on. At least, you know, because I'm probably going to have to replace these carburetors, so at least when I have to do it again, I remember where everything goes and how to do it. So a bit of a pain, but I got there in the end. Just a little fiddling around and all that type of stuff. But yeah, they're all set in there now. Cables are in, choke cables in, so that's all good. Might get this clutch cable put in. Alright, let's crack on. Alright, so that is the clutch cable done. Still got to, like it's mostly set, but sort of fine tune where the clutch is, where it engages and disengages. Alright, so we're getting along, people. Carbies are on. I'll probably get the rear pegs on next. I'll get the rear pegs on next. And yeah, we'll keep moving along. Alright, okay. So that's the right side done now. So yeah, we'll get this exhaust on. Oh, the muffler, sorry, onto the exhaust. And get it all set up. Alright. Alright, so I will be replacing that bolt, and I'm going to have to make a modification to the muffler. So the muffler will be coming back off again, but that'll be in the next video. I'll have to grind these down, and I've got a clamp that I can put over it to make it all work. Pain in the butt, but this is what you got to do sometimes. Alright, got the pegs on, the rear pegs, sorry. We've got the carburetors in, they're all hooked up, all good. I just got to do the hoses, airbox, jazz bulb in the next video. So yeah, of course the cables, levers, sorry that I didn't get all this stuff into the video, but sometimes you just got to get stuff done. So yeah, throttle tubes, all that jazz. Grip's just got to go onto there. What else? We've got the clutch cable done as well, of course. Levers in on this side, switch blocks, all that jazz. Yeah, alright. So it's looking pretty good. This bike's been kicking my butt, I tell you what. It's been a mission, and there's been ups and downs and hurdles. Anyway, so that's all for this video. In the next video for the bike, as I said, we'll get other stuff done. We'll get the airbox and all done and all that kind of stuff. I'm waiting for a negative cable, so that's why I haven't put the airbox in yet. Probably going to be in the way a bit, and it's also why the fuel pump's not in there, or the fuel filter and all that stuff. Alright, so hopefully that'll turn up next week, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we'll leave it here. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. Really want to make something of this, as I've been saying. So there's also a Facebook and Instagram account as well, so check that out. You'll see updates and all that kind of stuff as well, like pictures and all those things. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.